back to the show. Ever since losing the popular vote, President Trump has had his underoos in a wad about 3 million people who voted illegally. They don't exist. What does exist is 6 million people whose right to vote has been taken away. To learn about them, I went to Florida, where retirees and democracy go to die. Florida, the land of sunshine and amazing criminals. But all that gun smuggling comes at a cost.
Florida leads the nation in denying the right to vote to one specific group, felons.
10% of all Floridians and nearly 1/4 of its African-American population denied the right to vote.
Right now in Florida, this policy impacts over 1.68 million people.
And Desmond Meade is one of those people. A recovered drug addict released from prison in 2004, Desmond has since put himself through college and law school. Show off. But unfortunately, he lives in one of the only states where you're banned from voting for the rest of your life, which in Florida could be up to 15 more years.
It doesn't matter if it's a first degree or third degree. You can lose your rights for life over something as simple as driving with a suspended license.
Come on, Florida. Do you really want to be the Florida of everything? In Florida, felonies can be things like buying weed, tampering with an odometer, or disturbing a lobster trap. So basically, spring break. And once you lose your rights, it's nearly impossible to get them back. Because after you finish your sentence in probation, there's a 5 to 7 year waiting period before you can even apply, which is followed by a 9-year backlog, and then you have to get your ass all the way to Tallahassee for a hearing at the Clemency Board, where the governor asks,
Give me your pitch. Give me the pitch. What's your pitch that we should do this?
oh, it's like Shark Tank for your civil rights. There's head shark Governor Rick Voldemort and his 3 Republican friends, and they give former felons only one shot.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy.
And I am very sorry.
Clemency is there's no standard. We can do whatever we want. So I'm going to deny restoration of civil rights. But I congratulate you on how you've turned your life around. So I'll deny it.
Tough call, but at least it was arbitrary. The board rejects over 90% of people who appeal, which makes you wonder,
am I ever allowed as a citizen here?
For that answer, I asked Roger Clegg, a former member of the Justice Department and the leading voice on why ex-felons should not have their civil rights restored.
People who commit serious crimes against their fellow citizens are not qualified to vote.
Right, serious crimes.
If you're not willing to follow the law, then you can't claim a right to make the law for everyone else.
But you can't ever vote for crime.
Well, sure you can.
What?
Lots of states have referenda and ballot initiatives and things like that where you actually are making the law.
Come on, Roger. It's not like felons are going to be organized enough to get a referendum on the ballot.
I'm working to get a referendum on the ballot. That referendum would restore the ability to vote for former felons after they have completely served all portions of their sentence.
Is it like a long con? Like first you ask to be treated like a citizen, then you legalize the purge?
No, not the purge. The quicker you help a person reintegrate back into their community, the least likely they are to reoffend. You give them a stake in the community. It's better for everyone.
Sounds like a win-win, but these Republicans are still intent on denying a voice to over 1.5 million people in a swing state. Oh God, they think this is about politics, don't they?
A lot of Democrats are pushing for this is because they think it will help them win elections. Had felons been allowed to vote, Al Gore would have won the presidential election because he would have carried Florida.
Interesting. Oh, they're worried Democrats will take all the ex-felons for themselves.
This might surprise you, but not all felons are Democrats. There are conservatives who have committed crimes too as well.
Really? Republicans want this too?
We do.
Oh God.
I'm Neil Volz. I'm a former felon from Florida. I'm a Republican and a conservative.
Have you been sitting there the whole time?
I've been here the whole time.
I'm so biased, I can't even see Republicans anymore. Neil was convicted of corruption 10 years ago as part of the Jack Abramoff lobbying scandal. Now, he's working with Desmond. So did you two cook up this idea together while you were in prison?
No, I didn't serve any time in prison.
Right. White felony. I didn't go to prison. Sorry. It's not easy to make people care about felons, but Desmond and Neil are willing to talk to anyone, including a big boy with his very own show.
Because this affects my life too. I'm going to have to live under the president that you choose.
Can't imagine what that would be like. And these two have to reach a lot of Floridians if they plan to make the 2018 ballot. You're only 2 people. How are you going to get 700,000 people to sign this?
We're very confident because of the grassroots nature of what we're doing.
We meet people at the coffee shop, we meet them at the church, we meet them in their businesses.
Your partners driving around Florida trying to put some good back into this crazy world.
That's right.
That's about right.
I feel like we could sex it up a bit. Everything's more fun in a blazer, right?
Oh, no.
Roll the titles! Desmond and Neil are on a mission. They're hitting the streets to clean up Florida's dark past and make a better, sexier, votier tomorrow. But they can't do it without your help, because...
We're not doing this.
Coming to a ballot near you.
You can download and sign Desmond and Neil's referendum by going to miamirights.com. And if you aren't a Florida voter, I bet you know someone who is, and she's been dying to get a card from you.